Yes, hello everyone, welcome back here for another video. uh, in the previous video we're talking about primary sources of information, whereby we looked at it being from the original source, or some getting the information directly from the person who has witnessed it at the occurrence of the event or the occasion, or maybe circumstance, because it may be an event, it may be an event, it may be an accident, it may be something, a sudden happening. So after that, we are going to look at the secondary sources of information. These ones are basically simple because they are all about interpreting what the primary sources have given. After maybe an accident has occurred, someone narrates a story to the news anchor. So after the person has gotten the story from that person, they sit down and analyze what were the possible causes of the accident, how would the accident be prevented, and basically it's all about that. So we are looking at secondary sources of information. Let me get my document here. So these are the secondary sources of information. So looking at the secondary sources of information, we shall see sorry about that. The secondary source of information is one that interprets, analyzes, or summarizes a primary source or events. It is one step removed from the original material, or even provides broader perspective or critical insight onto the primary data. As I said, someone tells you a story, someone tells you how something happened. You sit down and analyze it. And here with me I have the characteristics of secondary sources of information. The first characteristic we have, it is interpretative. And then here we say secondary sources involve some level of analyzing, synthesis, and evaluation of primary sources. They explain or critique the primary sources or the event that is the present that it represents. For interpretative, we look at it in, as I told you earlier on, when someone tells you something, interpreting it, different people interpret different messages in different ways. So after you telling me what happened, I'll have to sit down and analyze it within me myself and see, maybe interpret it in my own way, so that I can have a broader view of the event or whatever happened. Another characteristic is evaluation. And they offer opinions or assignments based on evidence that may be drawn from primary sources. You evaluate, it's almost like interpreting it. Evaluating, you have to credit or you don't credit what happened. If someone tells you maybe someone was beaten up, you evaluate and see, why was he beaten up? What was the cause? So you either give the credit to the people who beat him up, or you give the credit to that person who was beaten up, because you never know. It depends at which angle you look at it. The person may be right. He may have done something right in the society that people are just against him, or the people are doing something good in society. For example, if we were to look at a thief who's caught, if the thief is caught, he's beaten up. So that is looking at you give a credit to the society, because by beating him up, they will be reducing the cases of safety. So another characteristic is summary. Secondary sources summarize information often to explain a concept, to connect various primary sources. It is usually summarized. This is in such a way that if you maybe want to, like for example, many events have occurred. Okay, it may be an event that has occurred. For someone who is getting it live, like for example, if I look at maybe news summarizes the occurrence of an event. Let us say, for example, if I'm the one witnessing the event and I'm the primary source, I'll have to be there for the full hours till the event, actually from the beginning of the event till the event ends. And if you look at it, most cases an event won't take less than 2 hours, so you'll be there from maybe morning maybe to evening. By the time you're done, you're tired. But for secondary sources, for example, if you look at the news, they summarize down what happened. They just pick out the key important things that happened during the occasion, and that's the information they give you. Then another characteristic, it is contextual. Secondary sources help frame or contextualize primary data within broader trends, movement, and histories. That is self-explanatory. Like if you were to look at maybe history, for example, they offer a framework, like they give you an overview of the events that occurred. Then as usual, we shall go to ChatGPT and look for some examples of the secondary sources. Here we shall look for the examples. So here some of the examples: books, like a history book analyzing the causes of the war, as I said about the other characteristic of contextualizing it, giving you an overview of maybe history about something, and the articles and journals, documentaries, films discussing cultural impact of the inside historical event, reports, essays, reviews. Yeah, basically, so these are the examples of the primary sources of of secondary sources of information. Thank you very much for watching, and in my next video I'm going to be looking at such strategies, how to get the different sources. Thank you very much. Please subscribe. Have a nice day.